Sorry, talking about Stitch Fix. That's I love stuff like that. But anyways, I want to introduce my friend Megan. She is a 5-star elite. You've been elite twice, right?
Three.
What? Three times. 3-time elite coach. And she is like we're polar opposites, but that's awesome because I feed off of her planner mentality. And she's like a former accountant who quit her job to stay home with her kids and then found Beachbody. Is that correct? Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah. And so she is just an amazing coach. She has so much energy. She's always so positive, but she's really good at retention. Retaining her customers, and really she puts a lot of information out there, which I think is very important in educating not only our followers but also our customers as well. And so she's going to talk about Shakeology retention with you guys today, and I'm excited for her to share this because that's, as far as building a business and income, we've got to be closing our back door, as Michelle Meyer says. We're always bringing people in, but we want to make sure that back door is closed so we're not losing tons of people. And when they quit, Shakeology is awesome. We don't want people to quit. We want them to get that health benefit. But Megan is going to talk to you about Shakeology retention today. And so, if you have questions, write them down. You can ask her at the end. And when she's done, if you guys have questions for me, we'll just stay on and chat a little bit more. So I'm going to turn it over to you and mute everybody but you. Okay?
Awesome. All right. Thank you. It's great to be here. I see familiar face. Krista was actually on my Team Cup team. So I'm happy to be here. You guys have an awesome leader with Rachel. Yes, I have the very strategic informational standpoint, but that girl is so incredibly creative. And I am constantly stalking her IG stories. I'm I love how you did that. I'm going to do this too. And I think that's important in the business. Not that I will ever go and copy her. We are very different. But you've got to find someone who you really like, who can inspire you to do different things. Because if you do the same thing over and over in your business, you're going to get extremely bored. And if you're bored, your followers are bored. So finding someone else that you can share ideas with, and how do you like this? How'd you do that? What'd you do if this situation, just that person to talk to, I think really makes the business more fun. And it's going to make your business more successful. So thank you for having me. Shakeology is a big deal for me. Shakeology retention is such a huge part of this business. And I always like to think about if I'm going to share information with you guys, I want to talk the what, the why, and then how, because you need to understand what you're doing. And we're talking about Shakeology retention and why it's so important, and then how you guys can put that into action. So your challengers are going to stick with you and stick around in your challenge groups if they're getting results. They're so much more likely to get those results if they're drinking Shakeology. That's just part of the equation. And Katie Ersta says it perfectly, where she talks about her toolbox. And she tells people, I'm not a personal trainer, I'm not a fitness instructor, I can only help you with my toolbox. Shakeology is in my toolbox. You need to be able to use that for me to help you. Otherwise, I don't know how to help you. And I find that terminology really key, and talking to people to help them understand that this is what you know and what you do. It's not the only way. That's how you can best coach them. So understanding and having confidence when you're telling people how you can help them, what's included in your challenge group, how they're going to get started, and going in there, letting them know Shakeology is a key part of that. And then keeping them engaged. This call is not about challenge groups, but the more fun your challenge groups are, the more likely they are going to stick around, get results, and continue the Shakeology. Figuring out what works for you. I just said to my husband, I went live. I'm not a big live person. I'm very big on pictures. I don't like to do live. Josh Coates push group last month, I think every Wednesday was live. I think I actually only did one of them. I did every other single activity except going live because I actually really hate it. But I've been going live in my challenge groups more often. And I said to my husband, I was like, I post my daily accountability in my challenge groups, lead from the front, and no one will ever comment on my picture. I comment on everybody else's. I give them support. Nobody comments on mine. I do a live video after my workout for 2 minutes, sharing my day, and they're like, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, okay, so this works. So you have to figure out what's going to work and what's going to keep your people engaged. And it's going to be different for everyone, which try new things. I will tell you, I'm not the queen of creativity any way, shape, or form. I'm the queen of implementation. And I will take ideas that people say to me that work and put them into action. So as I'm sharing things with you, some things might work, some won't. Some things you might love, and some things you're like, that's not for me. But keep that in mind and try different things. And the more you implement, take note of what works and put that into action consistently. Understanding why Shakeology is important, obviously it's part of our business. We talk about it, but just so you guys can have I'm a numbers person, just so you can really understand the importance of keeping customers on Shakeology, your coaches, your discount coaches, your team on Shakeology. Let's say here I am and Rachel's one of my coaches. If Rachel buys a challenge pack when she signs up, I get 35 TV. So 35 TV, no big deal. If she orders Shakeology every single month, I get 90 every time she does it. So challenge pack costs more, I get more commission from it, but volume, which as we know from a long-term building of this business and income, your volume is what's driving it. That challenge pack gives you 35 TV. That long-term Shakeology gives you 90. That's more than double the volume. But then if Rachel signs a coach, like she signed you 3 up as coaches, and if all of you bought challenge packs, I'd get 35, 35, 35. But if all 3 of you buy Shakeology, it's 90, 90, 90. It's a huge difference. I get 90 PV from every single coach in my downline. Not just my personally sponsored. Every time a coach 30 levels deep orders Shakeology, I personally get 90 PV from that. That is where the volume and growth comes from. And I didn't know that it was every level deep. To be honest, I never took a lot of time to understand the TV, the PV, the right leg. I just knew that as people ordered, you got more numbers. I didn't really know. And then once I learned that no matter, I have a coach that's 3 levels deep from me that's crushing it. She's not my PS, but I'm going to love on her and support her because she makes a big impact to the team regardless where she is. Every person under her that stays on Shakeology is 90 PV to me. That can compound into a lot of volume. So just understanding that, bringing someone in for a challenge group is great. Hitting SC 610 is great. Those challenge pack points. But it's coming in with Shakeology and keeping them on Shakeology that is going to be the biggest part of having long-term success in your business. But you can hear all that and know that, but obviously I think the hardest part is okay, well, how? And I just had this conversation with some of my coaches. I have a group chat with some of my girls, and it's I was talking to them about trying to build their team, and I was big on the discount coach aspect of it. That was me. I came in, I needed that $15 discount to be able to continue it. So I let my customers know about that discount. But one of the questions I got from my coaches, she's like, but I can't keep them on it. She's like, I can bring people in to buy challenge packs, but nobody continues on it. And I was like, okay, well then let's start thinking of ways that you can really maximize this. So one thing that I love to do is blast Shakeology in my challenge groups because those people already bought it from you. You're not selling it, you're not being salesy, they've already bought from you. So when you talk about how much you love Shakeology or how much it helps your cravings or how much you love this meal on the go because you finally have something, if you're sitting at your kid's practice or whatever it is, those people, you don't have to sell it to them. I did a post this morning, for example, with my 365er cup, the 3-year one, and I was 4 years strong that I've been drinking this. Haven't missed a day. I don't know, maybe I have. But I was for 4 years, I've doubled up enough days beyond to make up for any randomly missed day. But I was I've been drinking this for 4 years. If I've learned one thing from being in my challenge groups and helping you guys, it's that your food matters way beyond the waistline. And I just talked to them about the quality of nutrition. It's nothing new. It's something I've said before. But I keep throwing that stuff out there because I want them to know that I'm still investing in myself, that I'm still drinking this shake every day. And that little cup, I like getting the free stuff that they send you, but let them know that. And I feel so, I have it too, don't get me wrong. People buy challenge packs and never talk to me again. But I really lean in on the people who are already there and try to keep them. Because if you can keep them 1 more month, 2 more months, it makes a huge impact. And to be honest, I feel if they've done it for at least 3 months consistently, chances are they're going to continue it. If someone's not consistent, by all means, they're more likely to not feel the benefits. But being able to really share it with your challengers and share the value with them, I feel you're not salesy then. Yes, some of that stuff you do still need to support publicly. Some things that I post in my challenge groups, I'll talk about publicly as well. But you can put way more. It's how we talk about putting things in your Instagram stories that you may not put on your page all the time. I feel that's the same with your challenge groups. You can put way more information about the value of Shakeology into your challenge groups, because you're not trying to sell to them at this point. And I totally lost my thought there. But talking about the 365 or like something else I did, I was like, who's on their way to earn, like someone asked me about the cup, and I was like, you get this from having 12 months get you your first one. And she's like, I feel like I've had them. I said, but you can never pause it. And she's like, oh, so I posed a question in my group, and I have 2 different groups. I have like a typical monthly challenge group and then a lifer challenge where people just don't need like this prep week stuff, but want to stay engaged. And I asked them like, who's on their way to earning their first 365er cup? So it just makes them think. And it's like, have you skipped it? And then it gives you a way to know, like, if people are commenting or not. You can let them know, like, hey, I saw you skip last month's Shakeology. Is everything okay? Like, I call out the people who didn't reorder. Tip for you, something I always do as well. Like, I have lists everywhere, but at the end of every month, I print out like I'll go to my Success Club points and print out who ordered and when. So I know when their next Shakeology is going to ship. And then I'll add to that like any continuous customers that I have. So I have a list every month. And a week before their ship date, I immediately go to them and I'm like, hey, you're getting ready to get your next shipment. Did you want to try another flavor? Or are you interested in our discount? Now, some people do not do discount coaches. They sign up customers and they sign up working coaches. I do discount coaches because that was me for one, that I needed the discount. But I have found that people who sign up and get the discount are way more likely to continue it. Like, they're already saving that money. They're paying that monthly fee. Like, they might as well have it. So I am big on offering the discount. I don't blast it to them. Like, I don't annoy them with it. I simply offer it. They're going to continue it or they're not. Like, you can't twist someone's arm into it. But if you can, like, I had a girl who I offered the discount. She signed up with 80-Day Obsession in December. January, I approached her about the discount. She's like, sounds interesting. I gave her the info and she didn't respond back. I think I did like one follow-up and I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. 2 months later, she came back to me and she's like, I paused my last month's shipment. I can tell a difference without it. What did you say I need to do for that discount? Had I not approached her about it, maybe she would have paused it and then continued pausing it thinking, oh, I don't really need it. But I gave her that opportunity for the discount. And then from there, I also feel like once you get them a discount on Shakeology, you open that door for more products. Like, now they're getting a discount on the beach bars that are coming. They're going to get a discount on Daily Sunshine, like the Daily Sunshine that's on promotion now. So that discount for me is a big piece. Something else, again, I always talk about blasting my challenge groups. And I shared this with Rachel when the beach bars came out. Like, I wrote a blog post just summarizing up from the FAQ. But when I shared that information with my challenge group, I said to them, and, I said, here's the information on the new beach bars that are coming. And if you already get our discount membership, you're going to get 25% off of these too. Then there's somebody in there who's going to look at that and be like, oh, wait, you did mention that discount, or maybe I missed somebody and didn't never offer it to them. Or maybe they're a customer under a coach of mine who isn't working anymore and I never talked to them personally. Like, I often throw out our discount membership. Like, I don't call it discount coach, our discount membership or VIP membership. And it really does open the door for more information, similar with Daily Sunshine. When Daily Sunshine went on promotion beginning of the month, I shared just the stock image. It's a place I'll share stock images in my challenge group that showed the Daily Sunshine. And I was like, just so you know, if you are getting our discount on Shakeology or the performance line, it's going to apply to this too. And it's going to bring that down to $75. Like, how awesome is this as a snack for your kids? So you can really market things differently, I feel like, in your challenge groups regarding the value of Shakeology. And again, we talk about volume. Anytime someone orders Shakeology, you get that 90 PV. Well, it's the same with Daily Sunshine. So it's just another opportunity to bring in that volume to increase your income along the way. Something else that I like to do, and I gave this example to my team when we were chatting about retention just last week, and I've got out of the habit of it, but I used to do Superfood Sunday. Or Superfood Saturday. Like, you can do it either way, but highlighting the stuff that's in there. Most people, the average person, has no idea what superfoods are in Shakeology and what they do for you. They might know that it's healthy and that it's healthier than anything else that they can get, but really highlighting like camu and the bilberries, like not blueberries, there's bilberries, the matcha tea, like people may not know of all of them, but something might strike there. Like I actually have matcha tea. I've had matcha tea since before they started putting it in Shakeology. I didn't drink it every day, but I would enjoy a cup of matcha tea every now and then. Well, now it's already in Shakeology. Some people might drink matcha tea. Let them know that that benefit is already in there. Understanding what all goes in there and being able to then spit it back out to them, I think is really beneficial. Google it. Grab your bag, find 5 ingredients. If you're running it with like other coaches in your team, this is a good thing to share because it doesn't take like a lot of creativity with it. But grab a couple ingredients, and I used to just like schedule these out at the end of my weeks. And like I said, I got out of this habit, but I do think it's really helpful to share what's in it because it is priced the way it is. And like if I get a question from somebody about like a Shakeology objection that we talk about addressing things publicly when you get objections from people, I'll put that in my challenge group too. Like somebody reached out to me about, should we be taking an extra probiotic? Do you guys know that Shakeology has a probiotic in it? Like phrasing it that way to where you're just giving them the information. Maybe nobody asked you about a probiotic. Maybe your child asked you about a probiotic. But you can just say to them, like, some of you have been asking me, or I got 2 messages in the last week about probiotics because there was an article out there, blah, blah, whatever, however you want to do it. But letting them know, like, like they were spending $30 a week on or on their probiotic, or $30 a month on a probiotic, and now that's included in there. So that's going to be something else that you guys can do to just kind of add the value to make sure those people understand it. Again, once you get them in, like Rachel said, you need to close that door behind them to keep them there. And really your own Shakeology story, I think, is going to be the biggest thing. And I know everyone's is different. I remember thinking when I started, like, I don't have a story like overcoming cancer, overcoming depression, or overcoming anxiety. Like, I feel like there were other people who had awesome stories. And I'm like, I do have my own. I think back to when I first started Shakeology, I was nursing. And I stopped taking my $30 vitamin, my prenatal vitamin I took when I was nursing, because all that stuff was in Shakeology and I added folic acid. So to me, I was now saving like $20 a month after I ditched this vitamin to just add this one. So yeah, Shakeology is costing me $115, but take out that $20, now we're under $100. And I personally had Crohn's disease. I still have Crohn's disease, but I spent $65 a month on medicine 3 times a day for that I'm not spending. And while no one has the exact same story, that was mine. And I use that when people say to me, it's expensive. I'm like, oh my God, I get it too. I thought it was expensive as well. And then once I started it and stopped it and knew what I was missing and started it up again, here's what I found. And yours could be, this simple. Like, I wasn't one to go through drive-through. So I can't say, having this healthy lunch helped me avoid eating out. I was at home. It's not like I was dining out for lunch every day with my coworkers. I can't use that example, but some people can. So having your own story or being able to talk to someone, like I did have a challenger once who used to eat Burger King every single day for lunch. So when she approached me about joining my challenge group, when we talked about Shakeology, and I like asked her questions about her lifestyle, and she tells me she eats at Burger King, I'm like, this will be cheaper and a lot healthier for you. So it was sold in a second, because to her, this was like the answer to her prayers. So you may not have a specific relatable thing, but knowing how you can then help other people plug their holes and ask them about their current nutrition habits or their current, daily needs of when they're eating meals or snacks, and plug those in. I actually have a screenshot. I'm going to put it on my stories later today, but I had someone who said to me, had my first cafe latte. She sent me a message on Instagram. Had my first cafe latte today. She goes, it was so good, and it will help me avoid that McDonald's afternoon stop for iced coffee. Like, that's huge. I don't drink coffee, and I certainly don't drink McDonald's iced coffee. But to people who do and read that, they might be like, oh, well, I drink an iced coffee every day, and I know it's really bad for me, and it's expensive. Like, what's this girl talking about? So, like, those little things, like, I'm big on, blasting my IG stories, blasting my challenge group. So a lot of these things that I share different places, and I can take that same message from that girl and put in my challenge group. Like, is there anyone else out here who drinks iced coffee? Have you tried the latte yet? Like, some people just get hooked on chocolate or vanilla, and then they don't explore other ones. Like, people who love coffee, like cafe latte is golden. So sharing those stories in your challenge group stories, wherever you're doing it, sharing those little messages from people can really go a long way. Something else to do, I have a lot of people who will get stock up You know, like their challengers drink it, but maybe they don't drink it every day. So then they skip a month, and then they skip 2 months, and they don't get back into it. Couple things I do with that. I'm big on Shakeology cookies. I love the Shakeology no bakes, and then there was cookie dough balls that came out with the vegan vanilla. Like, they're delicious. I took them to the beach last year, and my like anti-Shakeology friends love them because they're actually delicious. So, but they take like 2 scoops, maybe 4. I don't even remember how much. 2 or 3 scoops, and they're like, there's a good bit in there. But if you have extra, like if you have been on backlog or you've been building up, those are really helpful. So if you make them and you can share them, or you've made them before and you can recycle that content and share with them, like it's St. Patrick's Day, if you're heading out to a friend's house later today to celebrate, here's another alternative you can take if you still want to enjoy the treats at the party without totally derailing your progress. I'm big on, there's bars, there's strawberry, like strawberry protein squares or something, I forget what they're called. But there's strawberry ones, there's chocolate ones. I've made cafe latte, I've made them vegan. Like, I share those a lot. And like, if you can get people to make those, that can be a real big help to helping reduce their stock. Also, with summer coming up, this is another time where I'll talk about packets in my challenge group. I don't typically have anybody start with packets unless they're really indecisive on flavors. I usually just have them get a bag, and if they want a different flavor, I'll mail them a packet to try it. But when it's summertime, like I know I travel a lot through the summer, I'll let them know, like, hey, just so you guys know, it's super easy to modify your Shakeology shipments. If you're going to be on the go, or you found yourself backed up, or if you want to try multi-flavors, you can switch your next month to a box of packets. It's great for travel, and it's great to try different flavors, and let them know that. Like, some people just don't drink it every day. But if they get 24 packets versus 30, and then like if they run out and they don't have it, they might realize that they actually really like it. So like if you end up with like a little delay of a couple of days between not having Shakeology before their box came, if they were to get packets, that sometimes is enough for people to realize that like, oh, like I actually do miss Shakeology. Like, you know, and I've had people in my challenge group I had that with Recover, you know, with the performance line and an 80-day obsession. Like, people are sore, and I've had so many people who have posted like, you know, I canceled Recover after like the one that came in the packet, and now that it's gone, like I really miss it. Or same thing with Shakeology. So let that, like, that's not a bad thing to happen, because if they can share how much they actually enjoyed it and missed it, it can be work to your benefit as well. Oh, and something else, I did take notes, or write notes down. I have like a little image I made on Word Swag, and I can send this to Rachel, but it's simply, what has Shakeology done for you? And I post this in the second week, like on Saturday at the end of my second week in a challenge group, where I just ask them, like, now that we're 2 weeks in, hopefully you're into a routine now, like, what have you noticed since you started Shakeology? Have you noticed your cravings are lower? Have you noticed, you know, you have more energy? Like, I had a girl the other day tell me, she's like, I actually feel like when I drink it for breakfast, it gives me energy. I'm like, well, that makes sense, because it's really good for you. But people like who are clueless about what it is, like, they're like, whoa. So, and it's just that positive reinforcement. Like, if you have someone who's in the group who maybe they've already canceled their Shakeology for the next one, because that was actually me. Like, I ordered my challenge pack and canceled Shakeology before it had a chance to auto ship me. Who, if you're asking in week 2, like, what have you noticed so far? What are you seeing as a result of these changes? And people start to comment, it might be enough to get someone who was like contemplating not having it, or contemplating skipping the next one, or maybe they already did, to be like, you know what, maybe I don't really want to skip that anymore. Maybe it's worth it. So it's really just like, you have to educate them. I had no idea what was in Shakeology when I started, other than that it was healthy. I didn't like it when I started it. I just knew it was healthy and that I should have it. Like, sharing that stuff, knowing your challengers are going to be going through that same thing, and just continuously like fueling up their mind with how amazing it is, will help keep them along. And know that I think the average person drinks it for like 3 months. So it's not abnormal to have people come in and leave. Like, you're not necessarily doing anything wrong, but I bet there's things you could do better that would allow people to stay longer, to keep them around longer. And one more month with one person will make a big difference. Like, those things really do add up. But like, they send at the end of the year, like the little recap. It's like your year in review. It comes like sometime in January, where it actually shows like, your average customer on Shakeology. And when I shared it with like my team, like they were happy to see that it wasn't like my average customer drinks it for a year straight. Like that's not the case. I wish it was. But I think it's, you know, it's just that you have to find ways to keep them 1 month longer, and going back to them. I had 2 customers this month that came to me, and one girl said, she's like, I need Shakeology. I'm going on my vacation in 80 days. I think I want to do that 80-day obsession. Can you order me 2 bags? I was like, yes. This was a girl who ordered a challenge pack from me like 18 months ago, never participated in a challenge group, never heard from her again, never would respond to my messages. But like she came back. Like she obviously knows the value, or she wouldn't have came back. So she knows I'm still doing it. I'm still here. So she came back to me. So like knowing that like some people might leave, but if you stick around, they'll come back. Happened with another girl. I actually looked, her last order was in October, shot me a message. Hey, here's my credit card number. Will you order me a box of half chocolate, half vanilla? I was like out of nowhere. Haven't talked to the girl since probably October when she canceled her Shakeology. But they'll come back to you. You just have to still be here to be that person that they're going to come back to. And if you do a good job at still showcasing it, whether or not anybody's joining you anyways, they'll come back to you. And just lastly, educate yourself. Like that Shakeology podcast, I don't even know how much is still on there. I don't know how many episodes they're up to right now. They're only like 7 or 8 minutes on the like podcast app, but those little 7-8 minute video clips are really good. Like I would listen to them while I'm just getting ready to just give you talking points. Like I know there's one on cafe latte when that came out, that there's not coffee in cafe latte. It's the coffee fruit, not the coffee bean. Knowing that, like when someone says to you, is there extra caffeine in cafe latte? I need an extra boost. Well, you're actually not going to get it from that, because there is an extra caffeine. There's not caffeine in cafe latte. But you need to be able to educate yourself, to have those conversations with people when they ask you. So the podcast app is great. There's tons of blogs. Shay Stanford is known for her information. Abby Walsh is another one. I actually don't even think Abby has a blog, but that girl, she's a nutritionist. She has so much information in her mind, and just teaser or spoiler alert, we're going to have our talk on the Dream Team Surge in like April. I think the one we're doing April 2nd. I reached out to her over the weekend to see if she would do, like she's really good on, like she requires her challengers straight up from the start. You have to commit to 90 days of Shakeology. My group is 90 days. You have to commit to doing this for 90 days, because I don't think you can see it, feel it until you've done it for 3 months. Like she's very firm on that. So her numbers may not be as high, but her retention is. And that, like she's like, people don't cancel Shakeology, because once they know it, they know to be a part of her group, they have to stick with it. They have to do it 3 months. And if they're going to do it 3 months, then they're not going to leave. So something else, I haven't got to that point of confidence to be that bold to require 3 months commitment from the start. But she's a really good person. I honestly, like I said, I don't even know if she has a blog. I just enjoy following her. She has a lot of good information. Obviously the FAQs, there's Shakeology page. People often ask me about like the ingredients, like Google it. You can find the ingredients that are in there. There's so much information. And then I really just always share, you know, my blog has tons of Shakeology recipes on it. I drink the same shake every single day. I don't vary it, but I have varied it in the past. So I like to share those old pictures that I have with people. Like today, I'll share with them a green one and highlight it as like a shamrock shake. I drank a cafe latte this morning. I'm not having another one, but I'll share that one with them for St. Patrick's Day to give them another idea, because some people don't like to drink it every day. So they need to have other things. Oh, one more thing, something else. I don't know if you guys ever get the question, is it safe to drink while nursing or pregnant? Because I feel like I get that question constantly. If you have questions that you get constantly, make a video. I made a video on just my personal opinion about is it safe while pregnant or nursing? And it's an awful video. I mean, I'm in like a bummy t-shirt. It's like 2 or 3 years old. It's not well done, but it gets the information across. I use that video as soon as somebody says to me, is it safe while nursing or pregnant? I'm like, that's something you have to talk with your doctor. Here's my opinion on it. And I give them my opinion on what it is, if it's safe or not. But then they have it. So if you find yourself answering this like questions like that, like is it safe for a diabetic? Is it safe for, or whatever, maybe you just make an FAQ video. It doesn't have to be good. It's not like I don't even think that video is public. It's not a good video, but it's my resource that I use for people. So like having that type of thing that you can spit out to other people when they ask you questions that you tend to get all the time is something else. Really, like I just had that one ask me last night. Someone who was like all interested in challenge group. She's like, well, wait, is it safe while nursing or pregnant? I'm like, I mean, I think it's fine, but here's my 2 cents. So that's something else that you can just do, and it helps you like practice making videos if you're not real comfortable doing them yet, and gives that information. I think that's everything. Any questions?
Here, I'm going to unmute everybody. Do y'all have any questions? You may have to unmute yourself. I just wanted to say, like, I've gotten a lot of ideas from you, but a couple of the things that I do, you know, you were talking about coaches and discount coaches and all that. Like, I introduce the discount in their initial sign-up email. Like, you know, if they sign up as just a challenger, I talk to them about, you know, Shakeology. This is what it's done for me. And, you know, like after the first 30 days, it'll auto ship. If you're interested in the discount, you know, like you can save 25% on it. So I already plant that seed. And I have a lot of people that come back and they're like, okay, hey, you said something about a discount. I can't remember, but what do I need to do? And then I also do like a Google assessment form.
I have that too. And at the end I ask.
Yeah, I asked that. Like, would you be interested in either building a business or getting the
discount? I do have that as well in my Google form.
Yeah. So I was like, I have like taking a bunch of notes while you're talking. And then I also did like a Shamrock Shake contest in my groups today, and just challenge them to make a green shake and to post
That's fun.
Publicly, you know, and tell why they drink it, and then screenshot it and put it in our group. So that way they're also like telling other people about it, you know. But yeah, I did that. I think I did that with Christy Berry a long time ago when she was one of my first challengers. And anyways, like I used to do more stuff like that, but I've kind of gotten away from it. So these are.
I think that's the thing. Like once you've done it for a while and like repeated it for so while, you forget certain things. I still to this day like don't miss the team calls. Like I listen to every single National Wake Up Call and every single Dream Team call and every single like person who shares their live video in the Dream Team, whatever. Like because I feel like you could always get new ideas. Like it may not be like onboarding coaches may not be super relevant to me right now, or you know, running effective challenge groups. Like I do run effective challenge groups, but there's always something you can do better or differently or just tweak it. Like I need change too. And sometimes it's like, I do get bored. And if I'm bored, I'm like doing check-ins, like this is the worst thing ever. Where if you're excited to see what they shared and came up with for their shake of the day, like it just makes it more fun.
Yeah. Hey, you said like when you highlight your ingredients in the challenge group, you just, I mean, do you do like once a week or how do you do that?
Yeah. Like, and I have a couple saved in a document. I'll send them to you. I'll probably have like 5 or 6 of them. I remember like Camu's one, the bilberries, something root, maybe maca root. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Where I had like, and I would just use like the ones I had created. And then I would encourage people, like, I think I did it once where I had like the challengers. I think I did. I took like, we'll say 20 of the ingredients and I made like a pin to post. And I was like, I would love, like, let's help each other learn more about the value of this. Like grab an ingredient and research it and share it in the group. I did that once too. So I just made, and you could do 10. Like you could do the top 10, like the 10 first ingredients that are listed on the page.
Yeah.
Or on the back of the bag. And I had them sign up for them.
Yeah. That's good.
And then like other people, like if you have a challenger who jumps in and is like, I want to research it. Well, then they probably should be a coach.
Yeah, right. Another thing that I do that I haven't done in a while, because I mean, this you talking reminded me, is I do a poll like about halfway towards the end of my challenge group. And it's like, how long have you been on Shakeology? And I've
done that too.
Like 1 month, 3 months. And then like when people start to respond to that, I think that reinforces that, oh, this can be a long-term thing.
Yeah.
And I love that. I
have that too. I feel like it's probably saved in my images on my phone or something. I feel like I had those 2 images I got from somewhere. It was like, how long have you been drinking Shakeology? And what has this challenge group done for you too? Yeah. Like just getting them to share how valuable the challenge groups are.
Yeah. Because I think that too, they don't think about those things if you don't trigger those thoughts, you know? Because I didn't really think about how much more energy I had with Shakeology, or the fact that I really wasn't snacking as much, or, you know, had the sweet cravings. But when you plant those seeds, people really start to notice and think about it. So that's good.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for Maegan? This was really good. I took a lot of notes. Awesome.
Jessica's talking.
I'm sorry, Jessica. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I'm just curious because, well, I know people can Google and stuff, but I have several people who are like, well, what is Shakeology, all this. And so I've been Googling it myself and, YouTube and sending them links, but doesn't seem to really be good enough. Is there a place that I can go? Like, is there any resources like recommendations of good links to send people when they ask me questions like that? Or
I mean, I think the biggest thing is don't word vomit on them. Like, you could get real technical on like what's in Shakeology.
Right.
I try to keep it pretty simple. And I would say, if someone just said to me, well, what is Shakeology? I'd say it's a superfood nutrient-dense shake that I've been drinking every day for 4 years. It serves as a meal replacement. Sometimes it's my breakfast, sometimes it's my lunch, sometimes it's just dinner on the go. It's helped me, reduce I always talk about being a cookie monster because I love cookies. It's like, it's helped me reduce my cookie cravings. And it really gives me energy to keep up with my busy kiddos. Like, I don't go into like so much of what it is. I have a list somewhere. I feel like it's in like the new coach training on like talking about Shakeology and what it can do. But I always say, it is, I won't talk about, like, if someone's like asking me to compare it to something else, or I'm like, I actually don't, because I don't care what Isogenics is or Aubon shakes or Arbor, whatever they are. I don't even know. I don't drink any of them, so I don't know. But what I can tell you is it's helped me with my digestion, my digestive system. It's helped me regulate my cravings. It helps give me a breakfast every day, so I'm not tempted to skip a meal. It's helped me. So I just kind of list out the things it has done. I have a bullet point list for that. I'll find that. So you can kind of pull from that. And I think just whatever it's like, I always ask the coaches, why do you pay for it? Like, nobody's going to say spending $115 or $99 on Shakeology every month is cheap. So we've all made it something that we put in our budgets, that we make work for us because we believe it helps us somehow. So I think it comes down to like knowing why you continue drinking it, to be able to share like that personal level of what it's done for you.
Yeah. I think I know that we don't all have a blog or anything, but I think that if you have a blog, like, I think writing a blog post on, and you can highlight some ingredients. Again, I'm no chemist, or I don't understand it all completely. I just know what it does for me. And I did some research before, and there's a lot of stuff out there that compares, but it's a lot of negative stuff. And so you have to be very careful what you send. But I just tell people, like, here's, and if you don't have a blog, like, make a post about it and just share that in your notes section as a resource to share. But you can always send Beachbody stuff, but that's going to be one-sided, and people who are really like analytical, that's never good enough. But I think that just so long as you're just consistent in talking about it, not like, I don't ever hardly say Shakeology. Do you say Shakeology in your post?
Yeah, I usually just say my superfoods.
Yeah. But because if you say Shakeology, they'll go research it, and they might order it without you, honestly. But if you do that curiosity marketing, but they see you consistently drinking it, then it makes them think, even though they see the price, well, she's doing it, and like, it just, she's doing it, and if she's budgeting for it or whatever, I could do it too. I'm
trying to find my thing.
My hormones is huge. Every time I talk about hormones, like, I get a message. And so, and I also try to plant that, like, I want my challengers to pay attention. Like, after about 3 months, I really noticed that my PMS was like so much better. And then I decided to get off my birth control because I was only on it to control my hormones. And, so that's my story. And my cholesterol is a huge part of it. But, you may not have that. You may not have problems with either of those things. Maybe it's just fast and easy. Maybe you just want that chocolate fix every day, and while you get your vitamins, just figure out what your Shakeology story is, I think, is the biggest part. And you're still going to have people that are like, I'm not paying for it, and that's okay. Anybody else? Do y'all have any other questions?
I was trying to find that where I have like this, like a bullet point list of like 10 things. And I can't find it. I'll find it and send it to you.
Okay. That's good. This has been awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
You can go wash your hair now.
I know. Well, we'll see. We have hockey today, and that's
gosh. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Thank you, Megan. I'll let
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.